Yes, I'm getting myself sorted out right now to do a little bit of a drive along while the sun shines out, because I didn't manage to do anything last week, and that's the reason why there wasn't any videos on the weekend. Sorry about that, but hey, I can only do what I can do. So that's the reason why we're up in Utoxeter now, and I'm sticking the cameras on. We're going to have a little drive around and back to the yard, and we all like that kind of scenario, don't we, where it's a nice little jolly. Yeah. It's okay, it'll do, it's better than nothing, as you say. So I'm just a bit concerned about one of my cameras, because the battery pack on it, I think, is dead already. I think it's on its way out, as in it's busted, fucking thing. But hey, there's not a lot I can do about that, I'm afraid. So it may not last all the way. We'll soon see. It should do. I mean, in hindsight, it should do, because it's telling me I've got 2 hours 45 minutes worth of recording time. So, and that's the charge. Yeah, that way I wanted it. So, all being well, it might last. We'll just have to do our best, won't we? We will just have to do our best, because you're the one that's looking a bit on the old battery. But you, on the other hand, are fully charged, which is nice to know. So, yeah. And that says 2 hours 45 minutes worth of record time on that one as well, and that one says exactly the same. That's rather odd, and the battery pack is dead already, so I doubt that very much. But we'll do our best, see what we can do. Let's go and get you on there. Oh dear, fuck, crap, wank. Warmed up a bit since it this morning, but good grief, it was cold. Oh, it was cold. Bloody freezing it was. Bloody freezing. You're that side. Stick lefty on first. Way down there. Every time I do this, I always end up with the sun in my frigging face. I think so anyway. Should do. Should be alright. Good enough, yeah. Let's get on with it then, shall we? Ooh. Good grief. It's too fucking cold to piss about. But at least it has, like I say, warmed up since earlier this morning. It was bitterly cold, but then again I was standing outside for most of it. That'll be, that would help, wouldn't it? Right then, shall we go? Better do, haven't we? Better put you right first, haven't we, before we do go. Else, I will look like a proper sausage. Yep, near as fuck is to swing, I'm afraid. Come on then, let's go. Halfway tootle down the road. Yes, it is Monday, the 13th of February 2017. First thing this morning I had to do 2 driving assessments, and they went perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with them. Great little drive around. The last one was a bit of a pain because we were stuck in traffic most of it. It was a shame, but never mind. Not a lot we can do about that, I'm afraid. But all in all, driving was perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? And that's all I was bothered about. Nothing else, just that. So I didn't do any little video recording this morning. I might do one later on this afternoon, I might do. It just depends. But it's nice to get the cameras out though and do a bit of a drive along for a change. I seem to be slacking on that a bit, don't you think? I think I am. It all depends on what happened in the day, to be fair. I mean, sometimes I'll get up, get in, and I just haven't got time to breathe. It just depends on what I'm actually doing at the time. And where I go, what the weather's like, and whether I can be arsed. But I'll say this weekend just gone, I hadn't got any drive along videos to put together for you, so I didn't manage to do any recording through the week, unfortunately. Just didn't have the opportunity. The places I went to, there wasn't really any. There just wasn't any. So a combination of places and weather just seemed to compound the fact that you don't get nothing. But look, you got this again. I mean, we've done this many a time, which we know of. So at least we can have a bit of a. It's wet on me. Oh, it works. It ain't frosted over. We can at least do this one again. So that's something. Everybody likes this one. Everybody does. Even me. Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's recording. There it is. Well, over the weekend, on my because I use the internet banking of where I bank, and check it and have a look now and again. Not all the time, but you know, now and again. When I want to transfer money over, I like to make sure that I haven't took too much out of one account, of that blah blah blah. And I'm looking on my bills account, and I noticed there was a payment that had been taken out from Love Films, which is Amazon, which I know I'm a member of. I've got a subscription with Amazon, and I thought that's okay. So I actually had a look at what for, when, and all that sort of shit. And straight away, what stood out for me was it was drawn from my bank card that I don't possess. I'm like, well, that's weird. I don't get that. Why would it be being drawn out on the 10th of February this year using a card that doesn't exist? So I'm puzzled now. So obviously I phones up the bank clerk and asked this question, and to my dismay, they says, "Oh yeah, that can happen." I'm like, no, it shouldn't fucking happen. at the end of the day, if the card has now expired, as in it's come to the end of its use, which when I checked on Amazon, that card wasn't even being used. It was on the screen as being used, but it had expired. And guess when it had expired? Yeah, the middle of fucking 2015. So I'm scratching my head now thinking, well, you're telling me that, oh yeah, that can happen. I'm like, well, surely that's a bit of a security risk, because, I mean, as soft as it might seem, you would like to think not, but there's going to be people out there who, when the cards expire, they're just going to bin the card and not bother about cutting it up. And to think that that can actually happen, I'm like, well, that's just nuts, that is. And the beauty of it is that Amazon, the card that was actually being used for the subscriptions wasn't even that card. It was my recent one. So we get that sorted out. At least I think I got it sorted out. Until the following day, when I'm playing on my game, I'm thinking I'm nearly at the end of this level, and I just want to play it now instead of waiting for lives to keep coming. So I wanted to buy a few lives on it, only a couple of quid. So then I do that, and it's saying it's now declining. I'm like, what's going on here now? So I tries it. I think, what the fuck's going on? So then I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if that dozy mare, instead of making sure that the old card that was used on Amazon has been cancelled off, that she's gone and cancelled my the one I'm using right now, the current one. That's the word I was looking for. And so I phones up the bank again, and I'm asking the questions, and I'm querying and giving the story about what happened the other day and blah blah blah. And apparently the card that I'd actually got in my hand had been registered as lost. And I'm like, who the hell's registered as lost? And again, I asked the question, was it the girl I spoke to before? Is it on the screen as she put it down as lost? Because this is not the car that was lost. The one that the query I had was a car that's stuck in the fucking edge. The card was an old card that doesn't exist. It's been cut up into cheap bits. Because every time I get rid of a card, mate, it gets fragmented. Simple as that. And well, now I just don't understand what's going on. I said, neither do I. So I've just come to use it. Now I haven't got a card that I can use. Oh, well, we're going to issue. Give me a few minutes. So I'll get this sorted out. So they've issued me a new card. Apologised. And I'm thinking, it can only happen to me, this can, you know, it won't happen to anybody else, it's just me. I'm just, oh man, unbelievable. So, yeah, all because Love Films had used a card that was 2 years out of date. And I don't care with it's subscription, because I mean, I've had many subscriptions come send me messaging saying unable to blah 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 because your card's expired. So I'm baffled. I'm scratching my head now, wondering what the fuck is going on. And then all of a sudden my card gets cancelled, my freaking current one. So I've cut that fucker up and binned that. Says, would you like to keep the same PIN number? And I went, PIN number? I says, lady, this card does not have a PIN number. I specifically asked for this particular card to have no PIN number and no checkbook, because it's my bills one. It's the one where my money goes in, right? I don't need any of that shit. All it needs is I can use the number online for when I do subscriptions and stuff, because they come out my bills account, like, you know, as you would do. But as in going to the wall with it, no. Don't want a PIN number. No, thank you. You can keep that. Don't want a checkbook. Don't want it. Don't need it. Righto. So I've got to wait now. It'll probably be the end of this week before my new card turns up. So then I've got to go through all the rigmarole now, changing all my fucking stuff online to that card number. It still baffles me though, and how that can actually happen. I don't get it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, I've got a subscription with Amazon, Netflix and whatever else I've got on there. It just seemed to be rather a strange scenario that I've never experienced before. And then to be told that my card's been bloody flagged as lost, I'm like, who the fuck's done that? When was it flagged as lost? So then when she said, we're going to issue, I said, have you got the right address? Are you sure it's going to come to me, not go to some other muppet? No, we're going to, your address is here, blah, blah. Oh yeah, we'll make sure. I haven't got, I mean, I have had my account hacked before now, believe it or not. And thankfully, I'd actually noticed it rather quickly. I think in total there was about 300 quid taken out in 2 different countries. I was gobsmacked, I was. One was at a sports place, 180 quid, and the other one was somewhere else. I don't know, one was Sweden, one was somewhere fucking, I don't know, miles away, but I was quite surprised. And I'm like, well, how can this happen when, I mean, one, yeah, the card is with me, but it never leaves me frigging me aluminium case, it never leaves it. So how have they done it? Unless they've done it over online, I mean, they must have done. It's the only thing I can think of, but again, I mean, how, where, what for and when? I know, obviously, if they want it, they can get it, can't they? I mean, you ain't really going to stop them as such, but you can do as much as you can to be careful. I mean, I try not to put my stuff online when, if a company asks you for it, then no. But if you're going through the steps of something and then you have to do it yourself, then yes, fair enough. But whenever somebody asks you for something like that, you know for what it ain't right, because they shouldn't ask you. You know, banks will not phone you up and ask questions and then ask for your details. The bank will never do that. No, that is something they will never ever do. If anybody phones you up asking for information like that, just go, fuck off you bellend, and put the phone down, because it just isn't happening. No way. But hey, such is life. It'll be corrected soon enough, I should imagine. As long as I don't have any more money stolen at my account, I'm not bothered. But it doesn't seem to have. I mean, it just might have been an overlook, you know what I mean? So fortunately, it's been dealt with. Weird. Really weird. But other than that, everything else is okay. And a bit of a shitty weekend, to be fair. I just wasn't in the mood for anything. Saturday, right? It was rolling around 8:30 and I went to bed. I just didn't want to be around. I just, fuck it, I just went to bed. And I got out of bed about 6:30 in the morning. And yeah, it was alright then. It wasn't too bad Sunday. I wanted to play Call of Duty, but I ended up watching telly. Yeah. Not really a fat lot to do. I was bored. Absolutely bored at my fucking head. Really. So what did I do? Instead of what I'm supposed to do, I'm eating. And I've noticed that as a trend sort of late, where it seems that I'm eating because I've got nothing to do, and yeah. I know the lights are on green, and these fucking muppets here are still coming through. Fucktards. Unbelievable. Either that or the lights are out of fucking sync. But more than likely, they've jumped the lights because they're idiots. Fucking arseholes. Yeah, whatever. I had a couple of goes at singing, and yeah, it's not doing well. It's not doing well at all. As a matter of fact, even this morning when I was, I'd raised my voice a bit to shout over to one of the lads, and he just went, ah, and just fucking, yeah, it went nuts. I'm like, this is just getting on my nerves now. It's really getting me down. It is really getting me down. And my fucking nose keeps itching. Fuck. Stop it. It's not bad, is it, really? Considering. Yeah. It's 5 degrees out there, which, trust me, you can feel it with that bloody wind. It feels a lot colder. But at least the sun is out. That's a bonus. Did you notice how long the snow lasted for? Oh man, what was it about, what, 18 hours? Unbelievable. Told you, we don't really get snow, not no more. You might get a flurry of it and that's about it. It lasts about a day and then that's done. End of, gone. We probably won't see no more now. That's pretty it. That's our snowfall. Yeah. I'm telling you, if you have a shop that sells shit to do with snow, mate, you're not going to do very well in this part of the world, I'll tell you that now. You ain't going to be selling sledges and ski shoes or anything like that, are you? No. Ah, well. It just cracked me up. Because, I mean, what was it? I did that little clip of video put on Facebook with the snow. And then the next day, it was gone. Made me happy. I mean, yes, it was wet and miserable, but hey. It isn't wet and miserable now, though, is it? No. It's just bloody cold. But, I mean, we are on the 13th, so we're almost halfway through the second month of 2017 already. It just amazes me, it does. Absolutely. It's amazing and also fucking scary because our lives are just fucking vanishing before our very eyes. It's just shit. Looks like my clamp is standing up to the test of this road anyway. The centre console with its new little bracket I made for it. Sort of bodged, if you like. It's a professional bodge, mind you, so it works well. It's doing alright, that is. I'm quite impressed with that. Yeah. Try your brakes. Why? The brakes are fine. What's wrong with them? I was tempted to jump on the scales this morning, but sane minds prevailed, I think, because that would have just really put me on a downer. Oh man, why is it that when you feel fed up and what have you, I don't know whether it's because of this weather or not, I don't know, but when you feel fucking fed up, the only thing that seems to cheer you up is eating. I mean, I will say this though, I might have binged on a few crisps there and there, and a cake here and there, like, you know what I mean. But at least I didn't have chocolate. I managed to steer away from the chocolate because, you know, the way my voice was feeling, which was getting me down as well, and I'm looking at chocolate, I'm thinking, oh man, I miss chocolate so much. And I'm like, well, you can't, because it's what's also playing your voice up, like, you know. And I've gone, oh, by the way, I've gone back on coffee. I've done just over 2 weeks without it, and nah, that's one thing I call sacrifice. I just try and drink as much water as I can, which I've noticed that I'm not drinking enough water either, I'm finding. Which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but well, whatever. I've got to try my best to keep the water intake up. And I've noticed as well that because I've reduced the water intake, my frigging lips are starting to dry out as quicker. Which is another one. Weird, isn't it? Oh well. I'll keep trying, keep persevering. But as soft as it might sound, I know I'm going on a bit here, but bear with me. Because I can't use my voice for doing my singing or whatever, even though it's only just for my own personal pleasure, right? It's amazing how it's affecting me personally, and it really is getting on my nerves now. Until you actually lose something like this, there's not a lot you can do about it, but you won't even know what it's like. Having an ability like that, and then all of a sudden it gets taken away from you, it's horrible. But it's also affecting my speaking voice as well, so that's being strained as well. Oh well, happy days. Come on, dude, you just pull right out in front of me, arsehole. But yeah, other than that, I've just got to persevere and do my best with it as I can. I mean, I've got another appointment on the 8th of March to go and have another chat or do something. Or I'm just going to say, look, it's not working. It's getting worse to the point now where I can't even make frigging notes when I'm singing. I try my best, but it just makes an awful sound, and I just don't like it. And it is getting depressing. It is, honestly. You might think that, well, you know, what's the bother? But you'd have to experience it to know what it's like. It's not good. Not good at all. And I tried to sing with a couple of the people that I sing with on my little sing app, and I managed the one sort of, and I did another one as well, which was all right, but I know that I could have done a lot better, but because it don't work, it just, no, it was all right. It was sort of like almost average, I suppose, but nah, I could tell it was just wasn't right at all. But hey, whatever. Unfortunately, I just haven't got the money to have it done. I've got to wait, and it probably won't ever get done. So I just got to suffer it. And that's part of the reason why the weekend I was stuffing my face with shit, because you just get fed up to the back teeth. You want to do something, but you just can't. Amazing, isn't it? Sorry for putting you on a bit of a downer, but hey, this is my video blog for me to rant and rave if I want to, or talk about shit that affects me in a sense. But I know it's got fuck all to do with driving, but hey, we are driving now, aren't we? As I'm chatting to you. Or at least trying to chat to you with this thing fucking me about. Because even now I can feel it getting that niggly feeling in it, which is not good. I could do with put my glasses on, to be fair, because it's a bit fucking bright. Find them. Thank you. It's a wee bit bright. Who told you to turn off? Ah, that's better. Well, you never know. There might be some breakthrough somewhere where they can grow you some new vocal cords and fit them in. That'll do. I'll open the door. Stick some new ones in. Wouldn't that be great? Oh, fucking brilliant. Absolutely. But no, it is annoying. You have to have a specialist who goes, right out, let's check this, we'll do this first, we'll do that, we'll have a poke and a prod, and if it progresses, then we'll have to stick you under, shove a camera and shit down your throat, and have a good look and see what's what. And that's more than likely what's going to have to happen, I reckon, personally. Because it ain't right. It ain't right at all. Might have to take that nodule off. To be honest with you, I think they ought to do, personally. Yes, he did say it will change your voice, but he can't change it no worse than what it already is, that's for sure. I don't know, just as I was really getting good at singing as well. At least I thought I was. You know, I am no pop star. I'm not going to have any disillusions of that. So, no. I just like doing it for me. You know, it's something that I enjoy doing. And it's also enjoyable as well, singing with others. Boo. Fucking boo. Yeah, that's nice of you. Mr. Car Driver decided not to shoehorn himself round the side of me. Makes a change, doesn't it? Well, I wonder what fun and excitement I'm going to have after I've done this. Yeah. Might be a Unilever Litchfield. I could do with going back to fucking bed. Nah. Oh, I am on, when was it? Friday, I think it was. Yes, Friday. After I finished work, I went off to the bike shop and got myself an MOT booked in for my bike. It isn't up until March, but you can you always have that month grace where you can take it in a month earlier, or just about, and then I can do a run out of it like an MOT for the next 12 months plus the month that you already had, like, you know what I mean, so it's like a 13 months MOT sort of thing, if you like. But yeah, I've got that booked, not this weekend but the following weekend it goes in. I just hope that the weather isn't too shitty. So, but either way, it's still got to go. So whether it's fucking hossing it down of rain, snowing, fucking whatever, I've got to take it. Not looking forward to that at all, no. But fingers crossed, it shouldn't be too bad. I did mention to him, I says, it'll probably fly through because it hasn't been anywhere really in the last 12 months. So if it does fail on something, I'll be very surprised. I mean, all I ever use it for was going backwards and forwards to work, and just to save some money. Which I must admit, it's a lot of fun. Oh yes. But this year, I will do my best to get that thing out on the road, and I'm going to put the fucking cameras on it and do some video and all, which I've been itching to do. Oh, I'm terrible, I am, I'll tell you that now. I'm fucking terrible. Also inquired about doing an advanced bike course, I think. I'll inquire about it, see what happens, see how much it's going to cost me, and whether it's worth. I mean, I imagine it'd be worthwhile, but we'll see. Will be nice. It's also beneficial for insurance purposes as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had a serious discount I did on that bike insurance of mine. So, yeah. Fortunately, I've saved some money, so I might be able to afford to get that done, and I'll decide to pay it all off in one go anyway, so I haven't got to worry about direct debits, have I? No, just fucking pay the lot off. I'll be quite impressed to see how much it'll cost next year, though. That'll be hilarious, because it'll be 2 years now closed by then. Fingers crossed, that is, obviously. Should be alright though. Can't see why not. I've done the me tax though. I've done that as that's on direct debit. The same as my car. Now I've found that, as soft as it sounds, it is so easy and convenient to do it that way. Then having to, you know, when it comes up to the time, you've got to fucking scratch around for money just to tax your vehicles. I mean, the monthly thing, it is the best thing that the DVLA has done ever. Oh, it really is. Best thing ever. Unbelievable. Less of that. Well, it's convenient, isn't it, when you think about it? You haven't got to just set it up, boom, from that way. I mean, for me, it's I'm paying, like, for my car is about £20 odd a month, and for me bike now it's £7 something a month. I mean, you don't miss that. You don't think about it. It's done. End of. Away you go. And it only stops when you tell them to stop. So, you know, you just can't fault that, can you? It's brilliant. a great idea. One less hassle. That's what I'll look at it. So. It'll do me. Come on, up you go. We ain't got long now. I just hope that this year turns out to be a really good year. The year where we're able to finally figure out where the water's coming from between the two houses. That'd be great. Stop the fucking damp and mould growing. Fucked off of that shit. It's pissing me off no end, that is. Unbelievable. It's affecting me, but it's also affecting my next door neighbour more so. And it is a worry because they're expecting a baby soon, so you know, you don't want to be bringing a child up into a home that's going to be, you know, smelling of mould and mildew and shit like that because it's coming through the fucking walls and whatever in between the houses. Now, I mean, I've given ideas like of where it could be. Drains from the sink in the kitchen, from the bathroom, the roof itself could be damaged, guttering, and because he's a builder and he's had a look. The plumbers have been out, they've checked the pipe work, and there's nothing wrong with it. So, and the other idea I said, well, there is only, if it's not coming from above, it must be coming up through the ground. Then, I mean, there's a possibility that the membrane to the concrete pad might be ruptured through time, because these houses was constructed 1963, so they are old. Not as old as some, but they're as old as, you know, most. And there's a possibility over time that the plastic membrane, if there is one, I mean, there may even not be a fucker between the two houses, may have ruptured, and it's coming up from the ground, possibly. I mean, who knows? But I have noticed that it just seems to be worse when it rains. So it's either coming from above or below. But we just don't know, we just can't figure it out. It's just a fucking baffler. I mean, realistically, you need to win the lottery to get it fixed out properly, because unfortunately it's going to cost money that I can't afford. So next door neighbours is rented, so at least they can pester their landlord for it, which I'm going to have to take a bit of a trip down there and going to have a quiet word and go, you need to get it fixed, dude, because yeah, this is an ongoing thing, this is now, for a long time. Getting round to that as well as a pain in the arse. Yeah, oh well. But if I won the lottery, I mean, it'd be solved. Piece of piss. End of. First of all, I'd have it, all that area inside my house, that would all be checked, and if it has to be, the wall has to be pulled down, the actual partition wall, then so be it. It'd come down. So we could finally figure out what's happening. If the floor has to be dug up and has to have a new concrete floor put in, again, so be it. It'd have to be done. But unfortunately, I can't afford it. No. That's a lottery win, that is. But first, I'd obviously go and I'd buy myself a new house and move into that, and then literally gut the damn thing. It would be fucking shelled. Absolutely. They are a piss poor design. Absolutely shit. I mean, whoever scribbled that down on a piece of paper and said it was a good idea, wants that piece of paper shoving up the snotter, because it's fucking wank, bad design all the way through. They're about as fucking insulated as a plastic bag. The double glazing I've got, which were put in obviously by the person who I bought it off, they've had it now, them are old, they're done. They need replacing, but again I can't afford it. It could do with having the outer wall cavity filled. Again I can't afford it. It desperately needs a new roof on it. Can't afford it. And obviously that damp part where the water's coming through it, that needs to be rectified. Can't afford it. The front and the back of the house needs to be pulled out, binned off and redone. Can't afford it. Yeah, it's not good, is it? I don't know, I mean, if I was lucky enough to win some money, I don't know, and enough to pay my mortgage off, and then enough change left over to do these little jobs, that it would definitely get done, without a doubt. To be a priority. But sadly now, I think there'd be nothing more satisfying than actually being able to hire a bunch of guys that obviously know what they're doing. I don't. Not when it comes to building and stuff like that. Decorating, yeah, I can do it, but I don't really like it. I'm not a fan. I get bored too easily. You just and I'll start to rush it. I'll start off with all good intentions, but then by the time I'm like, oh, I'm fucking titsed off with this, and then I'm just rushing, it gets tatty at the end of it, so nah, don't like it. I mean, it could do with having every single room in that house needs to be just, yeah, redone from top to bottom, back to front, you name it. But you couldn't do any of that realistically until you fix the main causes and the main issues with the house. And obviously my main issues with my house is the front and the back of the actual building itself, the front face and the back face. It's out of date, it's antiquated, and it's not insulated enough. So it would have to be pulled down, and then it'd have to be changed from this board effect that they have to brickwork and insulation. Been doing that as well. That had to be pulled out. I don't know how they do it, or what the fuck they do with it, but you know. And then I'd stick a conservatory on the back of it, but then the front would have to be done exactly the same, and I'd have the porch pulled down and have that rebuilt with a proper roof on it, and extend that across the front of the house. And then the roof would have to be taken off completely. I'd find out if there's any if the chimney can be taken down, because if the chimney can be taken down, you get up there, are you? Oh, fair enough. Where are you going? Oh, you are actually coming around here, are you? That's nice to know. If I could have the chimney removed and have a loft, sort of a loft conversion, for fuck's sake. I don't think I'd bother with. Can I go? I'm going now. Fuck it, I've had enough of waiting. I would probably have a slanted roof, one of those skylights. I wouldn't have a dormer on it like the next door neighbours have. I wouldn't do that. But I would have a slanted roof and have that one of those skylights put in. Have the chimney breast moved because there is enough room up there. It'd be a small room, but it wouldn't be as a bedroom as such. It'd be just more of a. Just somewhere to put shit, but you know, where you can just go up there, it's tidy and have a bit of a, you know, that sort of scenario. I wouldn't be bothered about having a dormer on there. I don't know, but either way, I'd still need a new fucking roof anyway because that was shut. Absolutely. And if I'm not mistaken, I think these days they don't use felt, they use a plastic membrane that goes over the roof instead. So that would be a definite yes, we'll have that, thank you very much. Because felt perishes, as I found out over the times. Yeah. You know what I thought of as well, which was I thought was a pretty cool idea? Instead of having tiles made out of whatever they're made out of, like is it cement or clay or whatever, I don't fucking know, or slate ones. How about having plastic ones, recycled plastic tiles? I mean, them would be fucking spot on. They would. I'd love that, without a doubt. I wonder if they do that. Have tiles made out of plastic, durable, heavy-duty plastic. And instead of them having to be nailed down, I suppose, I don't fucking know, they can clip together in some sort of jigsaw puzzle sort of thing, like, you know, which makes it even more solid. It's just a thought. Then obviously the plastic membrane goes over first, then which then lies in the guttering. So water, no matter where it's going to go, it's always going to end up in the gutter. And on the inside, it's got insulation on the inside of the roof tiles, and then you got that boarded over and blah blah blah. That'd be nice. Stick some lights up there. Have a nice set of stairs that can be retracted up and down. I wouldn't want to remove the spare room and put a permanent staircase and then just have a retractable one. That'd be much more convenient, I think. Yeah. But unfortunately, it's a lot of work. It is. It's a hell of a lot of work. It's just way out of my reach, I'm afraid. To put my house right, completely right, so it's not fucked, I reckon you wouldn't get much change out of about 30 grand. If not 50 grand, to be fair. Especially this day and age, anyway. Because there's a lot of work there. I mean, the roof itself is 5 grand, so you've done straight away, yeah. And if you're going to replace all the windows and have the front and the back of the house re-bricked up, you can say there's another 15 grand there straight away. So I mean, there you go, you know what I mean? And then you've got to have the whole house redecorated and all done again and whatever. So you know, there's a few more thousand disappeared straight away. It's like, well, what do you do? What do I say? Unfortunately, it'll just have to fucking fall between my ears. Oh, it already is. Unreal. I always just use my little mental map of what my house would look like if I'd actually had the money to do it. How the gardens would look, how the side lawns of the gardens would be like, and it's really nice actually. Once it's done, it'd be really, really nice. It'd be the time of the house you'd like to live there, like, you know. I've got an absolute fantastic idea for the kitchen. I really have a brilliant idea for that. But again, you can't do fuck all to it until you fix all the other problems. Yeah. More traffic lights. Did you notice that? New Scania plus an old Scania. Three-way traffic control. It's amazing when you think about the years that have gone by, and this here to your left, this is this used to be the Lucas factory, and now it's a residential area. All that. Amazing. Told you, mentioned it before, time is fantastic, but it's also the most destructive thing in the world. Yeah. Time will destroy or create anything. It does both. It does absolutely both. Because one, it's destroyed that factory because over time it's become they closed down, I think they did, and moved sites maybe somewhere else or something like that, but it became non-usable, and they flattened it, cured the land, and built all out of it. Destroys one thing and creates another. I'm surprised the open land that's on the opposite side, which is where the old Schrader Bellows used to be. I used to work there, and I used to do a twilight shift there for X amount, a few months, whatever it was. And that got pulled down as well. I think they either went bump or shifted somewhere else, and the site become unusable, and they flattened it. But it's always been an open space ever since then. It's never been built on. But they have used it for storing stuff and what have you, so. Here we are, back in our den. Oh, turn them off. Fucking ass is aching, I know that much. I'm going to shove this here. Shove it in there. Seems like a good enough place now, doesn't it? That'll do. Not bad. Done, landed, that's it. Well then, I'm going to go, and I will speak to you lot again sometime, whenever, if I can, but depending on what we're doing. So have a good day, and I'll speak to you some other time. To the pit then. Go on then. Off you pop. Pop, poppity poppins. Oh, I tell you what, sometimes. Oh, I really do. I really do sometimes. It just baffles me. Something smells of burning.